What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Crew 2. And in this video, I do want to go over something I did notice in the menu here, but I also had someone comment about this as well. And to be honest, I did not even notice this in the menu. So obviously, guys, on the Crew 2, you're then going to notice on the right side the Crew Motorfest tab. And here on the left side, you guys will then notice the Toyota Supra Liberty Walk Edition. To be honest, I cannot wait to actually use this car, but here you can obviously open this up, and you can then pre-order this game if you would like to. So there is obviously going to be a way to do that there. But on the right side though, I honestly did not even notice this in the menu because I haven't really went to this tab that often. I'm honestly so dang excited for this game. I just keep playing the Crew 2, and then of course I go back and look at the actual clips I did get in the beta. But here, guys, you can actually move over and look at the cars you did get. So if you were wondering, by the way, I can move over 539 vehicles into the Crew Motorfest for free, and also 570 vanity items as well. So there's obviously going to be a lot of awesome cars to use, plus the game's obviously on a new engine, so every car is definitely going to sound much better and or handle way better than it did in the Crew 2. Now, if you were wondering though, I obviously can move a lot of cars over because I have been playing this game for a while. I also basically own every vehicle in the game as well, if you guys were wondering. So heading over to the catalog here, I'm actually missing 5 vehicles. I also have no idea why I have not gotten this Rad Edition yet, but the other car is going to be an old Summit car here, which is the Ford GT. And then of course the other vehicle I do not have is going to be the Hummer HX Concept. And then finally, guys, the lovely KTM 1190 RC8. What's kind of insane is I really wasn't even playing this game when this bike did come out, so I'm honestly kind of disappointed in this one not actually coming back though. And of course, with Motorfest right around the corner, I would highly doubt this bike is most likely going to come back into the Crew 2, but who knows, guys, maybe they will play this summit once again in like the coming months, and then you can actually move the bike over at a later date. But who actually knows for that matter? I do know this bike is honestly really old, so I would be kind of surprised seeing this one return. Then finally on the right side, at least at the time of recording this video, I did have the Flow Edition over here. So I would basically say I'm actually missing like 3 cars because I know the Rad Edition is not hard to get, and then I can obviously go grab this Hummer as well. So it's technically like 2 vehicles I am missing, guys, but at least you can check what you are missing, and at least you guys can go through this menu to really see exactly what you are bringing over. Do keep in mind though, guys, there's going to be well over 30 vehicles not being in Motorfest, including the Jet Sprint boats and or the hovercrafts as well, which is obviously awesome. I would probably say a lot of players most likely did not even use those vehicles anyway, so it's more of like a win-win situation there for that matter. But you also do not have certain car manufacturers, which I did see something about Lancia and or Alfa Romeo not being in Motorfest, which I can say might upset some people. I do know a lot of players most likely were enjoying like the actual Lancia race cars and or the rallycross vehicles in the Crew 2, so we're most likely not going to have those in Motorfest in the future. But on the same side though, guys, I also see this as like a win because we're obviously getting new vehicles like Toyota. I do know a lot of players definitely wanted the Toyota Supra, so I cannot wait to drive these cars more. I really do hope Lexus actually shows up with the LFA, but who really knows, maybe in the future this can be a thing. Now, there's a few more things I do want to mention in this video, guys, for like some extra information that I'm sure some players might be wondering. So one of the biggest questions I keep seeing is when I transfer my vehicles over to Motorfest, are my vehicles going to be on the Crew 2 still? Which, to be honest, I obviously can't answer this, but I will be testing this out on day 1 and or making a quick video on this, because I've also been wondering the exact same thing, guys. And to be honest, when I do think about this though, why would you actually transfer all of your vehicles over to Motorfest and then jump back onto the Crew 2 and basically have no cars? That would honestly make no sense. So I really do think you're most likely going to have your cars on the Crew 2 and or on Motorfest, and that way you can bring some cars over from the Crew 2, like some of these story cars and or old Summit cars if they do bring them back, and that way you can actually move them over to Motorfest in the future. But one thing I also do want to mention, by the way, guys, someone was asking if you can transfer the cars over that you do buy. Now, the one thing I have to say about that, if you were wondering, that's going to be the Mazda RX-8 Pearl Edition and or the GT4 Carbon Edition as well, which, by the way, guys, each car is going to be $8 in the store. And to be honest, I would recommend picking these cars up if you guys do want to maximize your collection. Do keep in mind you guys can also transfer these cars over. I do know someone was asking this question in a comment, so I did actually want to get on here and or check the Motorfest tab, and surely enough I did find both of these cars in the tab, so you will be able to move these cars over if you do buy them on the Crew 2, which I really do find this to be an absolute win. That way you can actually use every car you want to, and how the game's physics are, guys, on Motorfest, I cannot wait to test these cars out. But besides all that, guys, let me know if you have any questions about this in the comments below. I will also be covering more of this stuff in the future, guys, so definitely stay tuned for that. And I will be testing out a lot of things on Motorfest compared to the Crew 2. Like, for example, if your cars actually stay on this game, which I really do think they will. But as always, guys, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more insight.